Shirobako Episode 2. I don't know if it's just me, but I am really loving this series right now. I really am. Getting to see the inner workings and inner perspective of an anime studio and seeing what issues they have to go through, it really makes me intrigued and it opens my eyes, and also getting to see the issues and complications of what goes on with different people, directors, the producers and stuff like that. Seeing what goes down in this is crazy. I know there's probably a lot more to it than what they're even showing us in this series, and to see this really makes me respect anime studios a lot more. But the thing is, though, I found very funny about this that actually makes me laugh. Now, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. I remember a lot of Chibi's last week saying, like, supposedly this is made by the same company that made Glasslip, which I'm like, okay. So, it's pretty funny how the first episode, if this is true, if this information is correct, it's pretty funny how the first episode kind of took a jab at Glasslip, saying still frames are really bad. For instance, in this episode, what I found funny is that the director pretty much, like, supposedly he had a track record of ruining this other series. And you had this animator say, like, I put a lot of freaking, work into the Jiggly Jiggly Heaven. I think that's what it's called. It's like, what the fuck kind of series is that? But still, I mean, this dude put a lot of work into an animation and stuff. And supposedly the director made it so bad, like, with still frames and stuff, he directed it the wrong way. He put the final nail in the coffin, destroyed the series, and it caused, like, the series to turn into, like, an internet meme. And we've, honestly, let's just be all real here. There is a lot of anime that fell so bad, like, people die when they are killed. You remember that? There's just so much fail sometimes in anime, especially with animation stuff, that it actually becomes a meme. And to see how the actual people that wrote this, like, you know, that are writing this, and how it's actually in Shirobako, saying like, oh no, I don't want it to appear on the internet, I don't want it to be internet slang and stuff like that, I'm like, wow. So, it just shows you that they are aware that they get made fun of, and they don't want that to happen, as you can clearly see. And it's funny, getting to see the actual references that really play a big part in the anime community. Because, I mean, they were literally, like, saying, no, we don't want a still frame, no still frames, it's not good and all that. I'm like, oh, crap, that is pretty ridiculous, how they go to that extent. I mean, for them to say stuff like that, it must show you that they really do worry about stuff like this. And it makes you question, wonder, like, what was going through the people that made Glasslip's mind when they made that type of series. Either way, though, this episode, one thing I do enjoy is the passion that the director had towards the characters. I'm not necessarily saying the director had a bad decision what he wanted to change in the overall series, but you do have to think about the ramifications of what he wanted to do. He wanted to pretty much change everything from the ground up, major key plot points that could affect the final episode in the overall time you wanted to rework that episode. Like, you wanted to change the entire backstory and background of these characters and character development, which in turn caused a lot of work to go back to everybody else that already finished the episode once. And so, personally, if this does happen a lot in the production of anime, I can see why some anime tend to fail sometimes. I could see it, because if a director makes a bad shot, a bad call, and states like, okay, no, we need to change this right now, we need to make this development right here, and this right here, and then we'll take it out. And if nobody goes against him, or tries to help it like some of the characters did, then the overall production of the series can turn to shit, a pile of shit. And to see how this was displayed, it just makes you show, like, one director could probably mess up an entire series in just the way it goes. I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Overall, the episode is very enjoyable. I just love it. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are not going to enjoy this series because it's either boring or it's not their taste, which is understandable. Not everybody's going to enjoy watching a series that's about people making fucking anime. I mean, I know for a fact nobody's going to like that a lot. Like, there's not going to be a big publicity to this anime. But I just find it interesting seeing how anime is made, even if it's not the full extent of it. I enjoy getting to see a series that's wrapped around that. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How'd you feel about this episode of Shirobako? I mean, are you interested in finding out more about this? What do you feel about the way they kind of reference internet terms like memes and stuff, and how they don't want to turn into internet slang in this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.